What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on Treasure Island by Kaleb Wade. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. If you haven't, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss a review. Give the video a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, just enter them in this comment section below. And don't forget to join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group over on Facebook. Alright, so today we're looking at Treasure Island, which is a brand new book test by Kaleb Wade, the creator of The Alchemist and Frankenstein book test as well. He's also put out some other things that you can find reviewed here on the channel. But first, we did have a giveaway for the Flux box, which I haven't announced a winner yet. So we're going to do that first. I do have a bunch of papers in here, so let's give them a good shake and see who the winner is. All right. So the winner of the Flux box is Nathan Stockwell. Congratulations. So Nathan, I will leave a, actually just message me on Facebook. I got you on there. So message me on Facebook, give me your address, and I will get that sent out to you probably next week. So congrats on that. All right, so Treasure Island. So this is a book test, but this book test has a lot that it is capable of. So what this enables you to do is you can hand the book out to somebody in your audience. It doesn't have to be an audience, right? This works stage, close-up, parlor. But you'll hand this book out, you'll have them think of a word, and in its most basic form, you are able to divine the word. This is completely hands-off for you. But there's so much more to it than just that routine and basic revelation alone. Now, before we get into the questions, I do want to mention something here. So a couple weeks ago, I made a video about just some stuff that was going on at home with our cat and ultimately vet bills skyrocketing, and ultimately we had to put him down. This is him in here, or a little bit of him. Anyway, Kaleb reached out to me and he said he wanted to help, and he thought along with the review, what I could do is raffle this book off. So we came up with a decent price, right? And again, this isn't something you have to do, but you may be inclined. We came up with a decent price that we thought was good, and proceeds basically go to these vet bills. So your chance to win the book, basically, if you send $10 to my PayPal, that's $10 Canadian, so most of you are from the States or places where your dollar is worth a lot more than mine. So it'll convert just $10 Canadian. You will be entered into the draw, and then a week or so, I will pull a name and send you this book, along with the rest of the contents that come with it. Now, again, this isn't something you have to do, right? If you don't want to send the $10 and gamble on winning, there is also going to be a discount code provided. So when you make your purchase, you'll get 15% off. The discount code will be ATLAS, all in capitals, ATLAS. Now, I will leave my email, which is connected to my PayPal, right here, as well as in the description. So just to keep track, send the $10, as well as comment in the comment section, just so I know that you're part of the draw. But the value of this book far, far outweighs the $10. So if that's something that you want to do, then feel free. I'll go over what this book is worth near the end of the review, but it's definitely a good opportunity to get this for $10. All right, so on to the review. What do you get? So you're going to get a hardcover book, Treasure Island. Now there is something like 222 pages, or no more than that, 228 pages in the book. It's a hardback, like I just mentioned. It looks really good. feels really good. Everything about it is really good. On top of that, you will get the tutorial, which Kaleb always puts out in the form of a mini book, which is nice. Nathan, this will be yours. I'll just move this off to the side. You'll also get a pocket dictionary that works with this. Now, the dictionary is completely ungimmicked, but to perform the routines that involve the dictionary, it has to be this dictionary specific, just because of the layout and the way that things match up. Finally, you will get a crib pen. So the crib pen has obviously all the words that you would normally memorize, which I would still suggest doing, but there are more than just your standard word revelation. There is other words as well that don't follow the same method. And then there's another part of the crib that has to do with almost like a code. It's all very easy to do, especially with this. So that's what you get. Now, what's the quality? So we'll just go over the quality of the book because, I mean, the marker, it's a marker, it writes, right? It's good, I guess. Dictionary is a standard dictionary. But the quality of the book, this book is very well put together. So everything looks good, from the font size to the cover, as well as the mix and match sticker, which is just an added convincer that you pick this book up at a thrift shop or whatever. And then the tutorial in this book, there are a number of routines as well as the method, right? So overall, everything is top notch. This book probably couldn't be any better. So that's the quality. All right, so let's look at the routines here because there are a few of them. The first routine, you will hand out the book to a spectator. They'll open the book, you'll have them search for a word. Now, right from the beginning, without any fishing or anything, you will hit on 3 things with 100% accuracy. And then finally, to get their word, you do ask a question, but Kaleb has a brilliant way of doing this. So he's going to go over a number of methods and subtleties to get that piece of information that will tell you exactly what word it is that they're thinking of. But he does so in a way that feels like it can either be another hit or it just comes off as a casual, nonchalant demonstration. So just the basic routine alone is very, very fair and extremely powerful. Now, the second routine uses the dictionary. What you're going to be able to do here is divine 2 words using 2 participants. So the first word that you divine is going to work the same as the first routine or presentation. And then the second routine, you have a dictionary off to the side, and you just mentioned that some of the words in this book may not be words that we're familiar with. And I mean, they are, like, they're all regular words in the English language. They're not made up words. But you have that there and you say, if the word that you're thinking of is unfamiliar to you, there's a dictionary off to the side. And you leave it at that. Now, when you're divining the second person's word, you're going to get 2 hits right from the beginning. And it's different than the first presentation, those hits. But when you turn around your board or whatever you're using, notepad, there's going to be a series of numbers. And this isn't going to make a lot of sense to anybody. But then you instruct them to grab the dictionary, and that series of numbers actually leads them to a page, a line, and a word that matches up with their thought of word. So it's just another element of impossibility, because first, with the first participant, there's no way that you should be able to know what that word is, right? In the second one, you're able to divine that word in a way that even if they thought there were only a certain number of words in this book, how would you still know where exactly that word is in the dictionary? So it just adds another phase or another layer of impossibility. Next is a tossed out deck style of routine where you have a number of participants. You have the book go around, they each select a word, and then you divine each word. Now this follows the tossed out deck plot, but Kaleb's thinking on this and one of the subtleties that he uses completely blew me away, because it allows you to, first off, get hits on the correct words. But on top of that, there's another layer in there that I haven't seen done before that really takes us to the next level. So there's a part in here where, he goes, I could tell that one of you were trying to catch me out, and you actually weren't thinking of a word in the book. This was actually the word that you were thinking of, right? And it's just that, again, should seem that much more impossible. And it's just super, super clever. I really like that, and it's something that I will use with everything that follows a tossed out deck plot from now on. And finally, the last routine given is a combination of all three routines packed into one. So a little bit of a different presentation, but it's all tied together so well that this makes the last routine a perfect closer. It's almost like a confabulation of sorts, but you're able to take this book and you can make this routine quite extensive if you want to do that. So it's completely up to you what routine you want to use, or a combination of all of them, but I think every routine in here is extremely powerful, and Kaleb's thinking is just top notch. Now, those are the routines that are included in the written book, but because of the way that this book test works, if you have other routines or presentations, or you want to add this book to a set of books that you already have, this will allow you to do that as well. So what's the difficulty level? It's extremely easy. There are a number of words that you can memorize, but with that said, because of this crib pen, no memory work is required, right? And being that the pen has the crib, it's really easy to look down and find out exactly what you need, because you just look like you're going to be writing on the notepad. It's in your natural field of view. It makes perfect sense why you're looking down in that direction. So whether it comes to method or each individual routine, everything is very easy to do. Angles. There are 0 angle issues here. There's no angle restrictions. Since this isn't a book that you have to handle and it can be completely hands off, that shows that this can be done surrounded, close up, stage, at a distance from another room. It really doesn't matter. Can it be inspected? 100%, absolutely. This can be inspected. This can be examined. You're going to actually have your participant look through the book and be the eyes to explain to everybody in the audience that all the pages are in fact different. And actually the first 10 pages and the last page are actually identical to the actual Treasure Island story. But as they look through this book, there's not going to be any words or sentences that stand out as being repeated or that wouldn't be found in the actual Treasure Island book. So unless your participant is somebody who has read and memorized this book, it's going to seem completely normal. Pocket space. So this isn't a pocket book test. It is a full-size book, right? It's not small, it's not huge, but it's not going to be something you carry in your pocket. This is definitely designed to be used in a stage setting or parlor. You can use it close up, you can use it however you want, but you're not going to carry it in a pocket. You might carry it in a waist bag or a backpack or something like that. Is it a worker, and who would use this? So this is definitely a book that I would use in my stand-up mentalism show. I would use it in parlor. I would use it in close-up. I wouldn't use it strolling. I would use another type of mentalism effect for something along those lines. But this is definitely something powerful and reliable enough to use in your working set for sure. What's the price, and is it worth your money? So you can pick this up directly from Kaleb. So I'll leave a link in the description to his website. This is 120 pounds, which works out to $150 or $200 in Canadian. So that's why I mentioned, if you do want to separate yourself with 10 Canadian dollars, there is an opportunity for you to get this at that price, which is like $7 US or £5. So the value there is really good. You could potentially save yourself anywhere from $140 to $190, depending where you're from. Now, with that said, if you don't want to separate yourself with $10 and a chance to win this at that price, and you'd rather just purchase it on your own, you can use the discount code ATLAS, ATLAS, all in capitals, and that will automatically give you 15% off the sale price. pros and cons, positives and negatives. Lots of pros. Like, I think the routines are all phenomenal. The book itself, the quality, the look, the style, everything is as good as it can be, down to the thinking, the method, and all the subtleties that you get with Kaleb's thinking, which I think alone is worth a good chunk of the price, because it is stuff that I will use in a bunch of different areas of mentalism. So I think that has an extreme amount of value there. But then, just the thought and the work that's went into this, I think it's all very well done, very well put together. So there's a ton of positives to this. I think I've touched on the majority of them, if not all of them, in the review itself. I don't really know what else to say on top of that for positives, but I think if you get this, it will be one of the book tests that you go to and use in your working sets. And with that said, if you're throwing this into a working set, you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to make that money back. The value is there. Negatives, it isn't the cheapest book test. That's not a negative after everything I just said, but some people may have a hard time spending that much money on a book test when there are cheaper alternatives out there. With that said, it's not just the book that you're getting. It's everything in here. It's the ease of use with the crib pen, the dictionary, and I think all of that together justifies the price. I think it's worth it. It's a hardback. Those cost more than soft covers. And you have to consider that Kaleb has put a lot of time and a lot of work into creating this and putting it all together. So he's done all the footwork. Maybe it is a little bit of a pricier book test than others, but I do feel like it is worth it. So with that, I think I've covered everything that I needed to go over here with this. I would highly, highly recommend this. So I will leave a link in the description. I'll leave the discount code in the description, and I'll also leave my email address, which is connected to my PayPal. If you want to send the $10, you will be entered to win this. And I hope to do that draw, in about a week or so, but I'll keep everybody posted. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next review.